Remember this couple in St. Louis who were charged for brandishing their guns against Black Lives Matter so-called protesters? Well, their records have been expunged. Will they get their guns back? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a case that happened 4 years ago. Can you imagine that? 4 years ago, ever since the whole BLM situation, right around election time. It's funny how these kind of things always pop up at times like this, but I don't want to go too far. Different story, I digress. The whole point is, back in 2020 in St. Louis, there was the Black Lives Matter riots, and you had Mark and Patricia McCloskey who were charged for brandishing their weapons on some of the so-called protesters who made their way onto their property. Now, they should never have been charged in the first place. It shouldn't have been a thing. But you see the article right here from back then. This is July 20th, 2020, almost 4 years ago. You see the headline, St. Louis couple hit with criminal charges for waving guns at BLM protesters. And shout out to them. This right here is goals for me, okay? Living rich with the polo shirt, unbuttoned, big rifle, and then you got the wife behind you with the little pistol, okay? Ready to get rocking and rolling. That's goals. But they were doing this to protect their home. All these people, and they are kind of trapped. So it's like, what do we do? And to be serious here, we saw a lot of people lose their life. RIP to David Dorn. I think David Dorn might have been in this same area, might have been St. Louis or somewhere else. If that's wrong, let me know in the comments. But people were losing their lives. People were seriously getting injured during this time. So what they were doing right here made all the sense in the world. But unfortunately, they caught charges, all right? But now they have had their records fully expunged. And I think as part of the charges, their guns were taken away. So the question is, will their guns get returned to them? Again, they shouldn't have been charged in the first place, but what's going on? What's the new update? Now we're going to go ahead and get into the update here. And of course, I will link to everything in the box. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Tonight, this gun-wielding couple's criminal convictions are being fully erased from public court records.
Well, it's nice to finally be in a situation where once again I can honestly say I've never been charged with anything. I've never been arrested for anything. I've never been convicted of anything, and I've never pled guilty to anything.
I think Mr. McCloskey, I think he was or is a lawyer. I might be wrong.
Guilty to anything.
This week, a St. Louis judge expunged Patricia and Mark McCloskey's convictions almost 4 years after the couple clashed with Black Lives Matter demonstrators in a viral video that would become an enduring image of 2020's summer of unrest.
Now, this is their house. They're in front of their house. This is a really big, crazy house. Yeah. They were considered urban pioneers. So going into the inner city, St. Louis, and buying this particular property. People say they were crazy. You shouldn't do it. And maybe people that told them that were correct. I mean, they probably would have been fine if not for the whole BLM thing, which was sponsored by a lot of political agitators. But again, different story. I digress.
Summer of unrest. Following George Floyd's murder, this group was protesting police brutality and St. Louis's Democratic mayor when they reached the McCloskey's home. The couple walked outside brandishing this AR-15 style rifle and pistol.
They tore down my gate. They stormed my neighborhood. They were trespassers, and they threatened my life and my wife's life.
A photojournalist at the protest told NBC News he did not witness anyone breaking into the neighborhood.
But the neighborhood was broken into because we've already covered this. We've already gone down this road. I mean, there is evidence, there's pictures, there was a gate that was broken off the hinges. Like, we don't even got to do all that. This is, of course, NBC. So they're going to put their own liberal spin on it. And of course, we're in 2024, another election year. So they got to drum up some of the same old BS and keep the same narrative going to accomplish their goal again. But let's keep on going.
McCloskeys were charged, pleading guilty to misdemeanors months later, along the way finding a platform on the political right, even speaking at the 2020 Republican National Convention.
Make no mistake, no matter where you live, your family will not be safe in the radical Democrats' America.
Eventually, Missouri's Republican governor pardoned the couple, which means their crime went away. But now the related court records should be deleted.
Because of all the media attention. Because they've had so much media attention, what benefit do they actually get out of this expungement?
Anyone who's been involved in a high-profile arrest will find that the expungement may get rid of the court records. It doesn't get rid of the internet, and that can be a problem.
Now, of course, because look, I mean, these pictures of them that we saw earlier, I mean, this image right here of them, that's going to last forever. So, yeah, the court record being expunged, that's good. But, of course, there's, like, again, it's still the internet. That's still going to last forever. The McCloskeys are going to, that name will always be synonymous with what happened back in 2020.
A problem.
St. Louis City prosecutors and police have not responded to NBC's request for comment, but documents reviewed by NBC News show the city opposed the expungement petitions. Mia Doherty says she was one of the protesters staring down those guns.
When I got the notice or got the information that it was expunged after my tearful testimony.
And look, anybody, like, I don't care what she has to say at all. I'm going to listen, but I do not care. You and everybody else, I don't care what color they were, if they black, white, Puerto Rican, candy stripe, LGBT, male, female, I don't care. Y'all shouldn't have been out there on their property, period. I'm not trying to hear any kind of crying or complaining at all, but let's keep on going.
How it has affected me emotionally.
I promise I couldn't care less about how you feel. You know, because look, if you're so affected emotionally, what you should have done is stage your high parts at home, and you wouldn't have to go through that, right? Anyway, I'm getting triggered.
It was disheartening to have to relive it. It just says that, you know, I don't matter.
You don't. I promise.
The way that my life was affected, it doesn't matter.
Man, the crying is crazy. How you gonna go to somebody else's property and act a fool and then act like you're the victim? That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
And tonight, Mark McCloskey is again defending his and his wife's actions.
Every citizen not only has a right, but a duty to defend themselves and stand up for their own rights. Because if we don't, this government will not. And the only thing that I would have done differently if I'd had advance notice was I would not have let him breach the gate.
When the McCloskeys pleaded guilty, they were forced to turn in the AR-15 style rifle and the pistol seen in those viral images from 2020. Now, the couple wants those weapons back.
Thanks for watching.
And my question is, why did they have to turn in those specific weapons? Were they not allowed to have guns after that? Okay, because if I turn in my rifle and my pistol, can I not just go get another one? I don't understand. And if I can go get another one, what's the point of turning those weapons in? I mean, did the weapons get fired? Are you trying to find ballistics? Like, what are we really doing? It's just weird. Like, the whole thing, they shouldn't have been charged at all. There shouldn't have been any kind of court action, nothing. It seems just very political. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to the McCloskeys for having the records expunged. First, for getting pardoned. I'm not really sure when that happened, if it was at a previous time, if it was right now. But shout out to the pardon. That's good. And shout out to the entire record getting expunged from the court records. That's fantastic. That's great. But again, they shouldn't have been charged in the first place. This was a clear case of self-defense. Hey, look, you guys have breached the gate. You're in you're in front of my home. We've seen other people be harmed by these kind of mobs during this time. All I'm doing is protecting myself and my property. There's literally nothing wrong with that. Everyone should be able to protect themselves and their property. Simple as that. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what happened here? Do you think it was the right thing to do to have the records expunged and the pardon? Was it the wrong thing to do? Should it be in the penitentiary, make it big rocks, little rocks? Or should they have been charged in the first place? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This was 100% the right thing to do. They shouldn't have been charged in the first place. And anyone who had been locked up or charged or anything as it relates to defending themselves during a BLM riot, this should be the same thing for them. There shouldn't be a record. There shouldn't be any kind of conviction. If there was a conviction, incarceration, they need to get compensated for that financially. Simple as that. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.